Hello friends, this is Heidi with Kiddos Corral, and today I thought I would shoot a monthly prep video. It's not going to be extremely long because I don't have much to prep this month, but I know y'all enjoy seeing these videos and I aim to please. So I made a list of everything I just need to get done for today, and this affects the month. The first thing on the list is I need to cut up some zucchini, and that is for my spring chicken soup, and I just need to put that in a bag, in freezer bags, and put those in the freezer. Let's see, what else do I have here? I need to wash some grapes that I just purchased. I need to make some iced tea, and I also need to make some meatballs because we are going to have meatballs twice this month. Once we're going to have the sweet and sour meatballs that are my absolute favorite, and then we're going to have meatball subs, so that is the reason why I need to make my freezer meatballs. And if you all want that recipe, I'll link it in the description box down below for you guys. The last thing I need to do was make my pumpkin coffee creamer for the month, and I already did that. I shot this video. It'll come out probably the first Sunday of October. I make my homemade pumpkin spice coffee creamer. It's delicious, it's inexpensive, and it is, like I said, very, very yummy. So I have that already made. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get on to making a thing of iced tea. And I'm going to go ahead and wash my grapes and bag those up. Now, in making my iced tea, I always start with a large pan of water, and I use the Lipton 100% natural family tea bags. I also like the Louisiana, but I just buy whatever is on sale. I use 2 family size tea bags in my water. I just put it in there. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil and turn it off and let it steep for 10 minutes. Okay, my tea just steeped for 10 minutes, and then I squeezed my tea bags. And I just quickly wanted to share with you guys how I make my tea, because I've had a lot of people ask me, and so I thought I would just go ahead and it's really not any big deal. But for those of you that were curious on how I make it, I have a gallon pitcher, and I just take my contents of my tea, add it to my pitcher. And now I'm going to fill up my pot again with cold water. Now, I will tell you that for the South, I do not use a lot of sugar. And I can tell you that people down this way, they really like the sugary tea. In fact, when I go to restaurants, I have them give me half unsweetened and half sweetened because it is over the top too sweet for me. But I use a 3/4 of a cup of sugar for 1 gallon of iced tea. And then I just quickly add in, just get my water here, my water to top this all off, all the way to the top as far as I can without, you know, having it spilling everywhere when I go to put it in the refrigerator. I want to keep this pan out. So then I just take a wooden spoon and stir it up, and I put it in the refrigerator, and it'll be good and chilled for us to enjoy. So this is really not quite a monthly thing, but I do this once a week or a couple times a week. I make iced tea. My husband likes the Country Time. Well, it's not Country Time, but it's the lemonade, but the Crystal Light, where it's no sugar added. So I make that a lot as well. So that is how I make my iced tea, and now I'm going to go on to making my meatballs. And I've just got my eggs and my meat in here, and I am using ground turkey. And if you're going to use a low-fat meat, or one that does not distribute a lot of fats, you will definitely want to spray your pan so that your meatballs don't stick. So I want to go ahead and add in my breadcrumbs. And if you guys want this recipe, I will link it down below. And preferably, I like to use the Italian breadcrumbs. I really think that it adds something to it. So I'm just going to add in my seasonings. And I kind of play around. I have my regular seasonings that I use, but if I'm out of something, you know, I might try a little something else in it, you know, so that I don't have a bland meatball, because I do like a lot of good seasoning in my meatball. So I'm adding some minced onion. And some parsley. And now I'm just going to get my hands in here and mix this up really, really good. And then I'm going to be ready to roll these into meatballs. Okay, so now I'm ready to roll my meat into meatballs, and I've got my oven preheated. I want to spray my paper really good with my pan spray because I don't want these to stick at all. So I'm going to go ahead and get this sprayed really good because I don't want any of them to stick. And then I always use my my little scoop that you see me use quite frequently. And I just start rolling into balls. But what I like about using this scoop is that it really does make for evenness. And it makes all the meatballs the same size, which I really, really like, especially when I make my sweet and sour meatballs for parties or anything. The hors d'oeuvres are consistent in the same size. And I think that it looks nicer when you serve it. And you can serve the meatballs with toothpicks or just have them out where people can help themselves. These were actually made at my wedding reception because this is one of my husband's and my very favorite foods to eat, were these meatballs. I don't quite make them as often as I used to, but definitely a family favorite. So I'm just going to continue rolling these into balls and get my pan, my cookie sheet here full. And now that my meatballs are rolled and to balls, I am going to go ahead and place these in the oven. And while they are baking, I'm going to wash my grapes. Okay, so while my meatballs are cooking, or baking I should say, I have my grapes. I've already washed those, so I'm just letting them kind of drip a little bit and get some of the moisture off of them. I have all of my zucchini here, and I'm just simply going to slice these into rounds. I'm not going to peel them. This is for my soup, and I'm going to pop these into the freezer. So that is what I'm going to do next. Okay, my oven is about to go off, but I got my zucchini and my grapes done. And as you can see, they're in their bags, ready to go into the freezer. Well, the grapes aren't going in the freezer. But I'm going to make a space here for my meatballs because I want them to cool a minute before I go placing them in freezer bags because they are just too hot to, you know, to put up right now. So they're going to have to cool a little bit. Let me check them. Yeah, they look pretty good. I think I'm going to give these another 5 minutes or so. But once they come out, I'm going to put them here. In fact, I'm going to set this timer for another probably 7 minutes probably will do it. They're not quite brown enough. But I'm going to go ahead and place my zucchini in the freezer and put these in the fridge and tidy up a little bit, and I'll be back with my meatballs. Okay, I just put all my meatballs in Ziploc bags. There's about 25 meatballs in each bag. That'll be enough for 2 meals, probably with some leftovers, which will be great. So what I do is I just go ahead and I put them in the Ziploc bag and I let them cool for about, I don't know, 30 minutes, and then I let all the air out of them, and then I will stack them in the freezer and freeze them until I need them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video for food prep for the month of September. I apologize it's not awful long, but not every month do I do a huge food preparation kind of thing. So this is all I'm going to do this month. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all are having a wonderful September, and I will be talking to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.